If you're 62 and still think waiting until 67 to take Social Security is the smart move, then you may be about to make one of the biggest financial and lifestyle mistakes of your entire life. And I'm going to show you exactly why. Before we talk about Social Security numbers, you need to understand something more fundamental. What is your time actually worth right now? At 62, the average income for people your age is about $60,000 a year. That is the value you and your employer have agreed to. 1 year of your time is worth $60,000. That's the exchange rate you've been living under for decades. So when the system tells you to wait until 67, it's saying don't take anything now, delay, work longer, be responsible. Here's what they're really asking you to give up. 5 years of your retirement. If we use the value you've already set, $60,000 a year, then those 5 years equal 60,000 times 5 or $300,000. Now here's the part nobody says out loud. That $300,000 is not the true value of your time. That's just the employer-priced value, the rate at which you sell your energy to a company. But your real time, especially at this age, is worth far more. In fact, it becomes almost incalculable. When you're 30, you have decades ahead of you. You can waste years and recover. But at 62, your remaining years are finite. They're decreasing, and that scarcity makes each year exponentially more valuable. Let me say it plainly. You could offer me twice what I'm currently being paid to give up the first 5 years of my retirement, and I wouldn't take it. Because unlike money, that time is non-replaceable. Those early retirement years may be the most valuable years you have left, and the system is asking you to hand them over like they're worth nothing. That's the foundation. Once you understand the real value of those 5 years, then we can talk about whether delaying Social Security makes any sense at all. Now let's finally talk about the Social Security side of this, and we're keeping it tied to the same assumption. A typical 62-year-old earning around $60,000 a year. The Social Security amounts come directly from that level of lifetime earnings. Here are the real numbers for someone earning around $60,000. Taking benefits at 62 pays about $1,762 per month. Waiting until 67 pays about $2,259 per month. Difference: an extra $497 per month if you wait. That $497 is the carrot. It sounds smart, it sounds responsible, but you cannot look at that number by itself. Because here's the part the system never puts side by side. If you take Social Security at 62, you get paid for 5 years before the person who waits gets a single dollar. And those 5 years, as we said, are your most capable, mobile retirement years. During those years, at $1,762 per month, you collect $105,720. Meanwhile, the person who delays sits at zero. So the next question is obvious. How long does the person who waited have to live just to catch up? We take your $105,720 head start and divide it by their $497 monthly advantage. This gives you about 212 months or 17.7 years. Meaning the break-even age is around 84 to 85 years old. Now, what are the odds of even reaching 85? A 62-year-old man has about a 35% chance. A 62-year-old woman has about a 50% chance. Most men will never reach the break-even age. Many women won't either, meaning most people lose by waiting. And that's before we even factor in the $300,000 worth of early retirement time you're giving up by delaying. Now let's consider the investment angle everyone preaches. If I take the money early, I can invest it and compound it. Stop. I'm purposely not using investment gains in this equation, not because they don't exist, but because they require risk. And at this age, risk is the last thing you should take. When you're 62, 65, 70, 75, how much risk do you honestly want to take with your retirement money? If you're being honest, as close to zero as possible. Because here's the hard truth. You cannot afford to lose money when you're too old to replace it. People in their 20s and 30s can gamble. They can wait out downturns. You can't. And the investment argument only exists because people assume the market always goes up, thanks to 20 years of Federal Reserve intervention. That fantasy is dangerous. Markets crash, markets correct. Bad market timing can destroy retirees. And here's the key point. The early taker already wins without investment gains. So why take the risk? Why gamble with money you might need? Why stress about markets at 80? Why complicate a decision when the math already makes it simple? You can't outinvest lost years of retirement. You can't compound away time. You can't buy back the years you give up. Investing doesn't fix the trade. It just adds more risk to an already losing strategy. Now let's talk about the real reason people make bad retirement decisions: conditioning. Your entire life, you've been trained to value productivity over presence, money over time, responsibility over freedom, and the future over the present. Work more, delay, be responsible, sacrifice now for later. And the system benefits every time you say yes. Employers benefit if you stay longer. The economy benefits if you keep producing. Wall Street benefits if you keep your money invested. The Social Security system benefits massively when people delay. Everyone profits, as long as you keep giving away your years. This is why taking Social Security at 62 feels wrong to people. Not because it's wrong mathematically, but because it goes against a lifetime of conditioning. But here's the tough love reality. Taking Social Security at 62 isn't irresponsible. Losing 5 years of prime retirement is. You're not choosing between money early or money later. You're choosing between freedom early or a bigger number when you're old. Most people choose the number because they've been trained to think in dollars, not years. But a bigger check is worthless if you're too old, too tired, or too sick to enjoy it. Your early retirement years are the highest quality of life years you will ever have. They're the years when you can still move, travel, enjoy life, and live independently. And the system isn't asking you to give those 5 years up for $497 a month. That's not even true, because you don't get that extra $497 until around age 85, and most people never even live that long. That's the part nobody says out loud. So when someone says, "I'm going to wait for a bigger check," what they're really saying is this: I'll trade the first 5 and best years of my retirement for a benefit that doesn't even start to matter unless I survive to an age most people never reach. That's not planning. That's not maximizing. That's not responsible. It's trading priceless time now for a bigger check you will probably never enjoy. And yes, time technically becomes more valuable the less of it you have left. But the usefulness of that time falls off a cliff. A year at 62 is a year of capability. A year at 85 is a year of survival. They are not the same thing. You spent your entire life trading your time for money. Retirement is when you finally start trading money for time. Delaying Social Security flips that equation back again. It turns your early retirement years into another sacrifice, another transaction, another deal where you give away the one thing you cannot replace: your remaining years while they still have value. That is why waiting until 67 can be one of the biggest financial and lifestyle mistakes you will ever make. Because once you ask the only question that matters, what is my remaining time actually worth to me? The answer becomes obvious. Take the years. Take the freedom. Take the life that's still in front of you. You earned it, and you don't get a second chance. Thanks for watching. If this video made you think differently about retirement and the value of your time, hit like and subscribe. Most people spend their entire lives chasing numbers and ignoring the years slipping away right in front of them. Don't make that mistake at the finish line. You only get one shot at your early retirement years, and once they're gone for good. If you know someone who's trying to decide when to take Social Security, share this with them. It might save them from giving away the best years they have left.